B-movies are pure artistic gold. They give up-and-coming artists a chance to get some experience without much studio meddling, and Pumpkinhead is a swell little B-movie. Pumpkinhead was released in 1988, and man did it have some names attached to it. It was the directorial debut of the late special effects master Stan Winston, and featured Lance Henriksen, some Terminator and Alien crossover right there. And I know Stan Winston and Lance Henriksen were not up-and-comers, but my point still stands. While Winston designed the creature, the portrayal went to Tom Woodruff Jr., a special effects artist who also worked on the creation. Tom has many credits playing some outstanding monsters, and just to name a few, the Graboid from Tremors, the lead alien in Alien 3, Goro from Mortal Kombat 1995, and Leviathan in the movie Leviathan. I can keep going, but you get it. In later films, he was portrayed by Bob Gunter, who has been in stuff? Sorry, Bob, but Tom wins. The original film spawned a franchise that varies in quality, well, as far as the films go, and a comic run also. Oh, and a 1995 first-person shooter called Blood Wings, Pumpkinhead's Revenge, because, I don't know, why not? The game was a Doom-style FPS, which required you to watch clips from the movie to gather key items to beat the game. It's on screen now. It's riveting stuff. While I may take my shots, the first film has a special place in my heart. So without further ado, let's talk about the pumpkin patch spawning, bulbous-headed, bringer of sweet, sweet vengeance, the Pumpkinhead. The demon stands at 8 feet in height and has a humanoid figure with leathery gray-brown skin. He's pretty emaciated, but that also makes sense when you only exist to just kill people and then you die. Well, kinda, we'll get to that. He has digitigrade legs that end in 3-toed feet with sharp claws, along with enlarged hands with 3 fingers and a thumb, and nails that look like he really needs to visit a salon. Go get that mani-pedi, Pumpkin, you deserve it. His tail is somewhat prehensile and tipped with a barb that he uses to do a little stabbing. Lastly, his bony protrusions on his shoulders don't really do anything, they just add to his creepy aesthetic. He does have the ability to show emotion, although it really only happens when he's doing the whole vengeance killy stabby thing. The demon is also intelligent and a skilled hunter, and for his size, he's pretty stealthy. He also has the ability to find his marked targets anywhere, regardless of distance. An interesting thing about Pumpkinhead is his ability to summon storms as it nears its victims. My guess is this adds to the fear the victims feel. He does relish in his duty and will torture and toy with his prey. He's pretty sadistic, but he's a demon after all. A noteworthy aspect to him is that he will not harm any other creature in his presence unless it interferes with the pursuit of his target. I don't think this is his natural state, however. It may be part of the summoning ritual. If not, he would just kind of go crazy and kill everything. This is another reason he's also so sadistic with his targets. If he only gets to kill a few, he's gonna make them count, damn it. Which leads me to his special ability. Yes, enhanced strength, endurance, standard package stuff that most demons have, right? But what's really cool about old Pumpkin Pie here is his psychic link ability. You see, to summon Pumpkinhead, first you need to go dig up a body, then you need to have an old woman named Haggis, very important, must be named Haggis, do the summoning ritual, which requires a little tiny bit of your blood. The blood connects your life to Pumpkinhead's, but not in a he dies, I die kind of way, more of a he gets hurt, but I feel the pain, and he kills someone, and I feel their pain kind of way. Oh, and you essentially are his phylactery. If you die, then he dies. Kind of like a lich. But if he dies, he just comes right back. Oh, and it's not over either. If you self-delete, you still end up in purgatory and gradually become part of the demon. But Thagomizer, what if he finishes his mission? You're home free, right? Wrong, kiddo. The closer Pumpkinhead gets to finishing his job, the more you transform into the creature. Because when it clocks out for the day, the original body burns away, and you become the next host for the demon. So when it gets summoned again, well, it's you. So all in all, this is a pretty good deal. Before we get into the creature build, I just want to take a minute and say, if you like this content and want to see more of it, liking and subscribing would really be helpful, and leaving a comment below on maybe another creature you want, or is this interesting? Anything really helps. All right, with semantics out of the way, let's cook up a little beast. Pumpkinhead, medium fiend. Neutral evil. Armor class 12, hit point 60, speed 30 feet, 20 climb speed. He's got 17 strength, 12 dex, 16 con, 15 int, 12 wiz, and 8 charisma. I mean, he's a little charismatic. He has intimidation and perception as skills, He's blindsided to 100 feet and he has a passive perception of 13. Languages, Infernal and Common, he's a challenge rating 1. Pumpkinhead has a number of traits which make him kinda interesting. Firstly, we have Bloodhost. The Pumpkinhead Fiend cannot be killed. Upon being brought to 0 hit points, the Fiend will go dormant for 1d4 hours. When the time has passed, the Fiend will return to full health and begin its hunt again. To kill the Fiend, you must kill its Bloodhost. Upon the Bloodhost's death, the Fiend will immediately die. Marked Ones. When summoned, the Pumpkinhead will always know the location of its designated target or targets, regardless of distance. Psychic Link. While the Pumpkinhead can take damage, it cannot feel pain. Instead, all the pain associated with attacks against the creature are felt by its Bloodhost. Stormbringer. When the Pumpkinhead Fiend is within 500 yards of its target, a lightning storm forms. Due to the strong winds the storm creates, this becomes difficult terrain for any creature caught in it. And its final trait, Vengeful Purpose. Pumpkinhead will not kill any other creature unless it directly interferes with its pursuit. Lastly, Pumpkinhead has a claw attack, and it also has an impale attack. The Pumpkinhead Fiend is fantastic for introducing the Lich mechanic to a low-level party, who one day may face an actual Lich. It still has the Phylactery type mechanic, except it's tethered to a living creature, so if you hurt the Pumpkinhead, you just have to find somebody who is clearly suffering from those same wounds. It's also a threatening foe because it doesn't go away until you stop that Bloodhost. All in all, Pumpkinhead is a great monster. Kinda has an alien vibe, but's unique enough to stand on its own. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend checking out this movie. As for the other films, you can watch them, but they just don't hold a candle to the OG. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go dig up a corpse in a graveyard because someone drove on my lawn.